Welcome back to Workers and Resources. I did the tutorial for metro stations, or metros in general, and learned that apparently metros are built by construction trains, but no other train can enter them. So we learned something, or I learned something, and hopefully that's going to become useful at some point. So you need a construction train to enter the metro train line. Now, it didn't tell me anything about if a metro can run on a regular train track, but since I assume you buy them at the customs house and you run them via the rail network, it behaves like a tram, I would guess, which will need an electrified train line. Soon we're gonna make some money with the clothes we are producing, so that's going to be good. Then we'll spend a bunch of money to import some more fabric, and that will keep going. Otherwise, I don't think I have anything else planned here. We got our 2 new apartment blocks down, where people have to adapt to the fact that there is no church in the area at all. And then our population needs regrowing. We had a slight food mishap, but those things happen. That's natural. Over here, we ensured fire safety by providing a triple helipad and 2 helicopters to the area. Hopefully that will be enough to prevent any future accident. Oh well, deal with the accidents, I guess. And we're waiting for passengers to jump back onto the train and take the ride to Padonin so they can build some of our buildings that are currently waiting for construction. But right now it's still not going to happen unless I tell one building to basically do that the whole time. Send workers to the train platform. I guess that wouldn't be terrible if I just go ahead and say you go here, and then they all go to the platform, and if no one picks them up at the platform they just go to a surrounding building. But that means should always be at least some people on the platform to be picked up. So the unemployment in this building should not rise, because if they wait too long here, like this one's waiting for 52 minutes, they will just decide on another job. So they're now walking to the clothing factory, and that's fine. Instead of going to a factory directly, they all go to the train platform first, before then going somewhere else. And that should give us a nice amount of workers available for pickup. I should also do this here. So our bus and our construction office picking up workers has always enough people at hand to deal with urgent issues. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So next time the train comes around, we will have some workers being carried over to Padonin and can use that for construction purposes in the area. And that means these buildings should come online. The tram stations will come online. Okay. Happiness low is something I should check right away. Okay, that's you. You're just mad because I moved you in here with no church. That's fine. You don't have any issues yet. Unless I missed something, but we're going to start building all of these. Hopefully build the tram stops so we can continue the road to the residential area. I should, now that I have excavators here, I should plan the tram end station. And the tram depot, probably. So this will just end in a tram end station where they can turn around, basically. I could make a loop, I guess. But feels a bit... Should I make a loop through another residential area? Turn around here, come back down here, and we have more residential buildings on this side? Probably. Then the school and the kindergarten wouldn't be as wasted. That's not what I wanted. So if we have another tram stop on that line, yeah. And we don't need a turnaround, we can just use the road here for that. And come back into town. Or back onto this road, even. So we have a larger residential block in the area. I also didn't hook up that road correctly. There we go. Hold the control key to get nice corners if it doesn't work with the default setting. So that way the trams can do counterclockwise loop and only do right-hand turns and visit both of these tram stops before going back into town. And it allows us to basically build the tram depot in here. And we don't need an end station. But I still want an end station somewhere. So we have an end station, we have the depot, acting as the source for all trams. Let's flip that one around. First, let's get the end station in place. End station here. And then tram depot behind that. I think this is going to be okay. We also need a power line connection for the whole tram line, which is going to happen on this connection here. So we have our tram trafo in the area. This route only needs access for the vehicles and emergency vehicles, so don't need anything special here. The end station should be the main road, with this being able to feed in new trams into the area. I should probably build that in a way where it doesn't slightly go to the left. So we build it here. Looks better. Then we have up to 2 connections for that. And to provide electricity. I'll hook up 1. And we'll see how we do. We'll deliver some trams by truck. I'm not going to hook that up to the rail network. I would have to electrify all the way to the Eastern Customs House. Some workers have arrived. They can now be picked up by cars. I could also tell them to just walk out and walk into any construction site really, but I'll let the cars pick them up because we need to build some of the roads here. Hopefully they don't bring them only to construction sites that currently don't have the materials needed, but they might. Road construction. Dump trucks are already assigned to these. Looks like we did our clothing export. Yep, 60 tons. 400,000 rubles, very nice. That's how it should be. Alright, so we have domestic workers building our new town area now. Progress should increase. I will assign this to some of the constructions that I want, like this, so we can continue road construction along here. The buildings are not higher priority, so I will not make that a thing. I still need a heat exchange, heating plant for the area. We will probably have that inside the gravel processing area or along the road, so we can tell people to take a car ride to the heating plant and then park there and hopefully deal with it. But if we use the parking lots, then we could have the issue again where not enough people go there. Wow. Kilometer is not that far. Heat exchangers here. Have the heating plant over here. We should have the heating plant next to the coal unloading that we initially planned. Well, aggregate unloading really, but we have the heating plant in this area. The pipe should be okay. We can have the heating plant over here to give us some leeway with the distance if we need, but yeah. Heating plant is a thing that we will definitely need. I also didn't hook this up to a storage, I had hooked it up to a tower. So trains delivering to the coal unloading will not know how much coal is already present on site. And they might send individual trains to fill something up that isn't really necessary. I will have to move the coal unloading and fit in a storage in this area. Attempting this. That means the road is going to be in a slightly annoying area, but yeah, we will have the ability to drop off coal here. And then we can use conveyor belts to ferry that around. So we have a cold storage and a tower to connect it to this side into the heating plant area with another storage, where we can then prioritize coal unloading if we want to. So we have another small aggregate storage. Maybe we can feed it over here instead. Make this the heating plant area. Let's see if the towers play ball. So we elevate it first. Let's put this tower in right away to see if we can make this work. It's having issues with the train tracks, as expected. But we can do something like that, where we place this tower last. And then connect the heating plant to that. It does need a road connection for construction, but most people will arrive here by car and park it. So having it directly connected to this road should not be a problem. Looks like we have a fire. An empty fuel tank. Only one helicopter called. But yes, our water reservoir is working. We'll upgrade these roads to gravel once we have our own gravel source. Good, helicopters are working. Let's pick up road construction. and assign some new tasks for them. I don't know why it's clicking 0 all the time. Something strange is going on. Yeah, building construction locally with the 5. That is how we assign those. We could increase the amount of people getting here by buying another train, but those trains are really expensive. I should also plan out the citizen unloading goods thing, because once we have a residential building and the trams on site, everything else should already be prepared. The citizens goods unloading facility will now have to move, because this is going to be the heating plant area and I'm not going to squeeze anything else in here. And we'll have that probably next to the town, right here. I only need one warehouse and one refrigerated storage, so I think it might be possible to just have this here and be done with it. Also, I can remove this dirt road since the construction of the helipad is completed. That should do it. As long as this is as long as we have enough distance here to let a 150-meter train in, which I don't think this is, but I really haven't had that long trains in a while. I do have to rebuild that to make it possible though. Let's take the measurement first. Up to here, so the connection will have to go across the road, I guess. Hopefully that'll be enough. We'll get our rail construction office on the task, because it's too far away, so I have to assign it manually. This warehouse is low priority, good. Everything else here should be fine to construct right now. I can speed up constructions again by putting in some road connections between areas. Get our road construction offices assigned to these as soon as we have hooked them up correctly. Why can't I get a road through here? It looks like the answer is no. Well, I have to finish one of these roads, and then they can do all the other things. This whole area is not hooked up yet. I have to get a dirt road across sometime. And yes, drinking water is the other topic that we need in the area for people to move in. And I probably have that in range of one of the tram stations to produce. Guess I'll drop a well here. If we had water trains, I would probably carry water from our other town all the way here. But they did not do that. They didn't implement that. They removed the water trains at some point. Also need electricity in this area. And water and sewage. Does not like that. There we go. And then water and sewage will be hooked up. At a later time, we'll drop in. Well, sewage. Sewage will probably be just piped into one of the nearby lakes. Probably that one. Or one over here. Or that one. Yeah, that one probably. But if we do that one, we would have to dig through the mountains, so maybe... I guess, yeah, maybe. You are stuck. I didn't intend to have another train line here, but we do have one now, so the signals do not match up. Maybe if I extend the signals by 1, so they can drive back here, out here, and then through here to leave. Maybe that's all that is needed, so they can build all of this. That should be good enough. Hello Alba. No, I have not played the whole night. I just woke up like an hour ago, or 1.5 hours ago. And I have restarted the... I am continuing the game, so... I'm not playing through a whole night anymore. That's not in my skill set any. That's too much. It's a bit too much for me. I would love to do that sometime again, but whenever it hits like 7 AM, I'm dead. I'm so dead. What's supposed to be the area that I'm building over there? It's supposed to be a new town responsible for making gravel, coal and iron and steel. So basically building a new town for a while. We hooked up a train platform and are bringing workers over here now to build it. So we're finally seeing some progress other than the roads being constructed. But it's just taking quite a while. I'm hooking up all the platforms to unload food, meat. We also have the construction materials unloaded here next to construction offices. We have an unloading platform for fuel and bitumen because we at some point want to make our own asphalt and concrete. Bitumen is only needed for asphalt. But yeah, this is basically trying to build a new town area. I still need to get to 10,000 workers employed. Currently have 11,000 workers and only 20% of those are employed, so... Another racetrack. That one? Gravel processing? Or... I don't know. That one is just the plan to have the road go through here to hook up to iron and coal mining. But plans are getting kind of thrown out the window. We still need parking lots and all of that around the residential area, so they can drive to iron and coal mining. But they also need to drive to the heating plant, I think. I don't think there will be a tram line going to the heating plant, but it would be more safe. It would be way safer to have it that way. So yeah, slowly building up a new town area, very far away from our original town on the other side of the map. We're already connected to the Western Customs House that we aren't using for anything yet. But once our ruble is safe, our ruble currency, and we have repaid all of those loans, then maybe we can start exporting to the west and repay those loans. We owe a little bit of money to people, so... Other players in here? No, this is a single player game. Other players in general for the game itself? Yes, it's very popular, I think, for the game it is. Not as popular as City Skylines, but definitely quite popular. Construction trains are slowly doing their thing. Very slowly. Blocking the railroad. I do have a race this evening. I should probably start some practice again. I'll do that after the stream. For now, town building is more important. This game made me realize that I like watching construction sites being built in games. Instead of just plopping down a building and it gets built in very fast time or it instantly exists, this game takes it to the extreme, well, the current extreme, where you have to bring up the resources, you have to bring manpower, machinery to build it. It's all quite nice. Alright. Once the construction train is past the signal, the other train may leave. Like the rail construction. It's taking ages to build. This is fast speed, this is regular speed. Realistic rail construction speeds in a game. Almost there. I could also tell this train to already drive, but it should work by itself, so I don't have to micromanage this stuff. And there we go. Nothing is happening. This train can't leave because it's still blocked by other trains, I guess. Well, you're gonna make a run for it. You're gonna try. There you go. Let's see if you can leave by yourself. That's not good. Thankfully the trains are smart. I don't know where you are going, but sure, do your thing. Not sure why that one is red. Oh, you went in there to turn around, I guess. That's fine. Still have some rails that need construction here, but then the area is done. No passengers on that one. The other thing that's neat about the game is that almost all of the vehicles are actual vehicles of the historical area, or era, not area. So we have a lot of historical trains. We're using the GRG class SVT 137, used in East Germany. And we're using that because it drives very fast for the time, 150 kilometers an hour. But yeah, there's lots and lots of Eastern and Western German, plus also Eastern European and Western European cars in the game. More so Eastern European right now. But when they bring in Western European cars, I imagine that we are also going to maybe see an NSU TTS, and we can probably build that. And that might be the Carsachstan version 2 episode where we build a nation only with the NSU TTS as a transportation method. Buying chemicals is going to be really expensive. 20 tons at 5,000 each. So 100,000-ish. And yeah, all of the vehicles have speed, RPMs, fuel consumption, tonnage, weight. It's pretty in-depth game, I have to say. And that's just the vehicles. The buildings themselves are simulated, the people are simulated based on what they need. You have to carry hundreds upon hundreds of people into industries. We have an oil refinery right here, and we're supplying that with workers that drive here themselves by car, which is not really standard for the game. Usually you just set up a bus route and drop them off as at a bus platform, but I wanted to try and use cars, see if it was possible. And we barely fill up the oil refinery, like we barely get any workers here. It's mostly empty. We also had a small health crisis earlier, and that means we have a few less workers than usual. And the health crisis was that there was not enough nutrition, so people were starving, and we lost about 2,500 people. But the issue has been since resolved, and the person responsible has been punished. They had to stop playing for the day and start playing again today, so they were significantly punished. But yeah, each of these cars is owned by a person. If all of them were on the road, there would be a lot of traffic chaos. Basically learned a lot about building traffic routes and dealing with traffic issues in this run. A bit like City Skylines, where you have to deal with traffic a lot. So I'm currently setting up a basic commercial area. Plus these 3 housing blocks will house about 1,000 people for the area, with another 1,000 right next to them planned, and then maybe another 1,000 right here. But basically I want to get some people living here to make sure that this area is habitable. I didn't forget anything dramatic. I still need water and sewage handling. I do have electricity planned. Heating is planned, although I haven't hooked up the heating pipe yet. And heating itself down here is only for the commercial district, so we still need one for the residential area. So we'll get some basic heating in both areas. Am I practicing to become a city manager? I don't know. It is very interesting to me to run complex, or more complex simulations in video game forms. This one is like at the top of that because everything is like set up by you, so if something goes wrong you have set it up incorrectly. I remember my first town dying because there was a traffic jam right in front of the heating plant, where I set up a new road area and the road construction was blocking traffic, so no one was able to get to the heating plant anymore with the bus route and everyone froze to death. And that's how you learn in this game, so that's why things are quite interesting. It's also very nice, you can go into a first person view if you like that kind of thing. So for example, if we take, I don't know, you are going to oil refinery, that's not what I want. You're going to Rovedima commercial district. Has very nice graphics for what it is. Might be a bit loud right now. We are currently driving a Trabant. There's also one in front of us. Right past our oil plant. Our TV station right there with the moon in the background. And apparently we're not going to drive into town, but just through the outside parking lot that I made, so we have less traffic going into town. We have some gas stations right here next to the road. I guess we're not in a Trabant because we just overtook one. And this is a parking lot area that I'm pretty happy with because it's a one that generates way less traffic issues than anything else I'd previously tried. Previous attempts at parking lot areas were... yeah, it was very loud, sorry. Previous attempts at parking lot areas were very prone to causing traffic jams, so I kind of put all of that effort in reducing traffic issues into this parking lot area, where it all splits up nicely into the entrance and then it splits back into, or it merges back into the main exit. So yeah, every building has like 250 plus people living in them. And they all have a job, a home, maybe a car. Lots of different statistics. I guess you gotta like these kind of games. SimCity, this is like SimCity, but more difficult. We're getting some workers now. unloaded onto the train platform, which means the construction office that brings workers to construction sites gets triggered and sends out a bunch of cars picking them up and driving them to where they are needed. Looks like we set up the rail line, so I can now change the signals back to what they should be. Like that. And that should deal with train traffic into the area. So yeah, we're building some basic facilities. Police station is not really a basic facility, but we'll get it set up anyway. Fire station, hospital, shopping center. We got a sports hall, so people can do sports during winter. We got a cinema, and hopefully that will be enough. Still have to set up water and sewage. If there's overpopulation, as in people can't find the building to move into anymore, you start having children that are counted as 21+ year olds without their own flat. And if that happens, you will start getting emigration, or in the game calls it escapes. So escapes happen if some people are unhappy and they just leave your nation. It looks like right now our birth rate is lower than death plus escape rates, so the year as a whole is fine. Last month we had way more births than deaths and escapes combined. This month didn't look that great yet. I gotta check maybe pollution levels. We have a pollution monitoring station in the area, if I can find it. So we should have no radiation anywhere because we don't have a nuclear power plant, but pollution itself, the clothing factory down here is spewing out a bunch of pollution, but it's still greenish. The heating plant makes most of the pollution, with the power plant being close second. So right now we don't have any problems with overpopulation because of the issue that I had earlier, so most of the flats do have room for more people to move in. But at some point I want this to become an issue where we have more people than we have room. So anytime we build a new building, we instantly get a huge influx of people that can move into said building. Alright, road construction. Get all of these roads started and the footpaths. Oil is getting expensive again. For a couple of months I shall disable importing of oil for the time then. Maybe fuel and bitumen prices are going to increase this time, but I'm not going to micromanage that right now. Slowly building up construction sites. I don't know what it is, but giving weight to buildings that they just don't get like plopped down and they already exist, that you have to spend weeks, months building buildings makes everything more impactful to me. The rail infrastructure is a good showcase of that, where it takes maybe years to cross the whole map. And then having it see and work in action is also very satisfying. So yeah, right here I'm setting up cold storage with a heating plant that will provide heat for the area, which are going to be connected with conveyor belts to another storage that is connected to a train aggregate unloading platform. And I still need to hook that one up to the rail network itself. This whole side of the rail network hasn't been hooked up to anything yet, so it's not been built. But we do need it for coal deliveries to the area. I need to make sure that trains of 150 meters can get into here, and that is easily done. So I guess I could make this corner also very shorter. If we have... this is long enough. Let's see if this one can hook up here. I'll make it a little bit longer just in case something comes up. Have a good day, Alba. Maybe see you in 4 to 5 hours when my race is starting. I will do some practice before that, but nothing planned yet. But have a good day otherwise. I think this gives us enough distance to maybe hook up other things, so we'll just connect this to the rail line and do another one of these here. Thank you. And we'll assign the rail construction office to do its job. And we maybe have the ability to have another connection off here if we need one. But yeah, we'll start building the other side, because we do need the coal before we move people into the area. Also, we could have our gravel for construction tasks. It's kind of necessary to have that at some point. We need it for making our own concrete, or cement rather, and concrete, I guess. And having gravel on the rail network would be pretty helpful. All of this requires gravel to start out with. Gravel is not that expensive. It just gets expensive if you use it all the time and you don't realize. 1,400 gravel. But yeah, fabric and clothing are going to a bit more expensive. Gravel is just a nice to have. Yeah, the area is getting built, as it should. It's taking its time, but it is happening, so things are moving along. Some point we will have the tram network up and running. We have a place to store the trams, we have a place to run it. We still need to upgrade all of these roads again to roads that can hold trams. But the upgrade of that should not take too long, because we will have a road that goes through here. So we should be able to upgrade all of these relatively quickly, I hope. I mean, we can already trigger it, but that would... We basically need this to be constructed so we can upgrade these roads and use the workers from the the train passenger platform to build them. We are lacking workers in the area. Another train could help with that. Taking out another loan and buying one more passenger train. You go in here too. That will increase the amount of workers significantly, so the train might always be full when it gets here. Oh well, when it leaves from here. We are currently running into the issue where trains are waiting because traffic jams. And that's because I started new rail construction here. And I have not put down any signals. Yep, that train probably had a bunch of passengers that left and walked home because they were waiting too long on the train track. Even though they are a few kilometers away from home, they don't care. This thing is churning out money. It's nice. As long as we spread out the industry a little bit, we should be fine, even if it is in walking distance. Yeah, TV station is already pretty far away. Don't think a mechanical components factory back here would make sense. Unless, of course, I just rely on these residential buildings because they do have a lot of walking distance left. They would be able to make it. I did have trouble figuring out how to plan a rail connection to this area. Alright, come on trains. It's not like nothing is happening here if we don't have workers. They're still bringing all the resources and materials to all the construction sites. So as soon as we plop down some workers, they can do their thing. Also looks like we have electricity now. Do we? Looks like we do. That's because of the wind turbine, so that's misleading. Slightly misleading. That train is really impatient. Don't do it. Okay. Scrape the left side of the paint job. I don't know why you're waiting because of that train now. Oh yeah, I guess it is still in that rail block because I don't have a signal. The signals should probably also be here. So they can release that section of the rail track earlier. It's not fully built yet, so they need to be able to travel in both directions on that train track. Unless I want them to drive somewhere here and then turn around on that lane, but that's not currently the intention. Alright, you know what? Just ignore it. You can go. It's fine. Trust me, it's fine. Yep, it's fine. Next time you get here, you should be able to run the route without traffic jam. Once I have this signal in place, the traffic issues should be removed, I think. Okay, let's follow our passenger train. Why did you stop there? I don't get it. Wait, what? Out of meat. You said out of food. Don't scare me like that. I don't know where the refrigerated truck is, but it's currently on its way. Meat is not that critical. I know some people get upset, but meat is now available. Where's the train? Oh, it went to the gas station instead of the end station to refuel, I guess. Maybe the end station should be closer to the middle of the rail track, so it doesn't do that. Full complement of workers. Very nice. If we keep doing that, then the other town area should be coming online a little bit faster than the pitiful amounts we have been sending over there earlier. And as long as we don't get hauled up by a construction train on the rail line now, we should be good. Alright, you are waiting here, which is on the rail track, which is in the way. Make room for the passenger train. I don't know where you want to go, but move. And you too, move. Let the passenger train through. Move out of the way. Can't see it yet, but just move. Okay. There it is. Did they use that train track to turn around, I guess? Anyway, all 130 people should make it. Good. Do I want you to walk into one construction site already? Not really. Maybe the shopping center. Get that set up. Oh, I forgot one thing. I need a distribution office for here to transport the goods into the shopping center. Let's get our road construction offices started on all of these. Don't have a road train here yet. Slowly moving towards the area. But after it arrives, construction, any future construction here will be very quick. And there it is. Train is waiting too long to get out of this area. I guess that train is still standing around here because it wants to build one of the train tracks. You can keep going. All of this train track needs to be built. And once we have the whole switch here set up, we can make these one-way tracks. And that will hopefully prevent people from standing on the wrong side of the rail track. Another clothing export. I think we're fine with clothes, so I will remove the check mark that we don't have enough, because being informed that we have run out of clothing is fine, but we are making our own fast enough. We will still get informed if we ever run out of fabric, which is going to be more interesting. Concrete mixers and local road cranes and haul trucks not doing anything. That's fine. Concrete mixers could already be used to bring some resources to another building, I guess, if it is still necessary. Get our aggregate unloading platform for coal. We'll only have gravel loading, no unloading here. But this stuff will be built later. I think that's plenty of construction for now. Oh, well, I guess those signals were a little bit off. No, I don't know why you went in there. Those are all chain signals. And this block is currently occupied, so I don't know how you went in there. Trying to build that one. I'm sure if you can build that while still fitting in here, you can finish it so the other train can leave. Oh. You're building that one. I thought you were going to build the other direction, but I guess that's fine. You only had a little bit of train track to build. Very useful. Still have the other segment. I will stop the construction going into that direction, so they build straight towards the coal unloading platform. We'll do the gravel at a later time. Haven't had a warning in a while. Slightly concerned. Lots of unemployment in that building. They're going to the bus platform and then I guess they don't find employment locally. So we'll increase the amount of staff inside the TV station to maximum. And we'll tell both of these buildings to go to the bus platform before going anywhere else. Which should give enough workers to any construction job / the oil refinery, I hope. I don't know if that prevents them from taking a car. Like if they go to the bus platform, are they then not allowed to take a car anymore and they just walk to any site that they have access to, or can they still decide oh, I didn't find employment locally, I better take a car and drive somewhere? We're back to over 2,000 local workers. Should be close to 3,000 if all of the buildings were full. Guess the bus platform is also in walking distance of the train platform, so we could tell them to walk over here and then they would also go into any production facility. Still curious to me that not a lot of people are using this shopping center. They rather drive into town than use the local shopping center, it looks like. I don't think I can adjust the price for that one, can I? No, that one had no price option, so... I don't know. Guess they really like this shopping center. Turn up the price, which shouldn't really have an effect on the local population, I don't think, but I don't know. Well, that shopping center is almost completed. Maybe one more train full of workers and it'll be done. Road construction has slowed down because it's winter. As you do. Not sure why I'm always going back to Rovodima. I guess I'm still scared that we're going to have a food shortage at some point. Should I sell one of the covered hull trucks and buy another refrigerated truck so we don't have the issue again where we run out of meat? Maybe I should think about buying another train. But they're so expensive. $500,000 rubles? I could buy one. Would mean I would run out of money as soon as we have to import something expensive. I need to keep that locomotive because it's responsible for carrying train cars back and forth between the customs house and the train depot, or from the customs house to the distribution office. I also need to buy a bunch of trams. And they need to be light enough so they can carry it by truck. I'll have to worry about that later on. Am I going to buy another one? Take out a loan? Yes. Our interest rate is still going down, so we're fine. Buy one more. Should I buy two? No, one is fine. We'll assign it to the line and tell it to stop going to the depot and just go onto the line, and then it'll probably immediately drive to the refueling station and do its thing. We don't need line spacing because that is handled by the end station. You can't set line spacing if you have an end station, and you can't set line spacing on trains anyway, as far as I know, if I remember correctly. Looks like a fuel export is on its way. But yeah, now we're pretty much doubled the amount of workers that are going to go to the new town area for construction purposes. There should be enough available to go there. If the train arrives at a time where, well, there's a lot of people waiting here, I guess. Which is currently the case, so the train should completely fill up. 130. Cool. Shopping center is set up. Police station, shopping center, hospital. The hospital can as well get its vehicles already, so we'll get one helicopter and 4 ambulances for now. We will need to distribute fuel to it. which will happen as soon as we have electricity. Right now we don't have any fuel in here, so the distribution cannot happen. We need electricity and we need to fill this thing up with fuel before that can work. But the network for electricity is still on hold because of we don't have electronic components. So we should probably start delivering those here. Then we would be able to build that. This will be costly. So very costly, but it's necessary. And then they can start finishing up all of the piping, all of the electric wires that were currently on hold. And there goes our money. 430,000 rubles for imports of resources. Yep, it is costly. Oh, speaking of electronic and mechanical components, we can probably trigger another research, like electronic circuits, and maybe increase the amount of workers in the university again, because we have some students waiting outside for professors. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll have construction material in here soon. We could also deliver food in here, but I'll keep this for its purpose. We'll deliver food and clothing and meat, etc. to this storage complex. At some point I might need another rail distribution office, because the assigned storages might be getting close to 20 now? No, we're still at 7, never mind. Combining all of these with a cargo platform allows you to connect 4 together. It's really convenient. Also reduces the amount of assignments you need to give to the rail distribution office. Train should be on its way. That train carries a lot of expensive goods. 4-car train carrying 400,000 rubles worth of materials. Things are slowing down here. This means the passengers might not make it in time. Nope, they're not making it. Goodbye. Looks like there was a traffic jam. Was there not enough signals here to... Oh yeah, there's a lack of signals in this area. Oh no, wait, I just don't see them. Oh, it's right, it's cycling between light blue and dark blue, it's hard to see. No, there is enough signals in the area. It's just that the construction trains are very slow and they held up traffic. But yeah, we'll have to re-import some more electronic and mechanical components, because we will be using a bunch of them for current construction projects. And also electrifying the road, so we can have trams on them. Yeah, this train set is plenty. I don't really need that long of a distance. I will never have that long of a passenger train arriving here, I don't think. But the option is there, I guess. Next time I build passenger trains, I guess 130 passengers It's plenty. And just have more trains on the network. If I can afford them, of course. There's the components. Now our covered hull trucks should become active as soon as we assign the source for it. We only have one covered hull truck here. Maybe buy a second one. Okay, once we have this one built, the signals can be put to where all of this becomes a one-way street. Can already start that here. I don't know if this side works. I guess it will work. Construction trains are smart and can turn around in other places, so yes. Don't think I'll ever need this train track. Now that I hooked up a passenger train here, this is not going to extend any further. Out of goods. Meet again. Alright. One of you is getting sold and replaced by a refrigerated truck. So we'll have 2 of those. Still have people waiting here, they just need to find the time to go back and forth so the cars can pick them up. My god, rail construction is so slow. Okay. Yep, we'll have to turn around here now. Can ignore red since we're just trying to turn around. That should do it. This might be too short for a train, so we'll leave this as chain signals. Unless, of course, I move the signals all the way up here, then it should be long enough. Construction is happening slowly, but it is. We do have access to this area now from here, so we could, in theory, upgrade the roads to tram roads. I can't really do this road until I have people here, otherwise this bus platform is gonna get... Well, I guess I can still do that. I just need to provide a footpath here. Let's start with that one. And those. We're still lacking... No, we do have the road here. That means I can also do these. And assign those to the road construction offices. Although this can be done, well, I guess it needs gravel. A little bit of gravel, some steel and electronic components. Yeah, can be done by the local office minus the gravel. Once we get electricity hooked up, we can fill this up with fuel, do the fuel distribution locally. I hope we get the trams set up soon. It's not that difficult. We just need the storage, the depot. 8 trams are probably going to be sufficient for the area. I'll start with like 4, see how it goes. This loop and this loop, 4 trams. Probably good enough. And then as we expand, we could add some more trams if they can't hold enough passengers, I guess. $2,200 workers inside Roboduma Commercial, and inside Roboduma itself, we don't know. We have 160 unemployed workers out of 325. I don't know why we have that many. Presumably they can just... Oh, I guess maybe children. Maybe lots of children. Because we did demolish the kindergarten. And I don't think I ever rebuilt one. Put a kindergarten there. It's not going to cover everyone, but the largest building will be covered. Also, we are having some slight traffic issues in the area, because people are merging to turn right at the end of the road. That is pretty bad driving. Means that the green signal is not used very efficiently. I thought they would keep the left lane for people that wants to turn left and the right lane for people that want to turn right, but apparently that's not the case, so might have to put in an extra road for people that want to turn left. So we reduce the amount of traffic going into this intersection, and then we don't need a traffic light here. I hope. So much tarmac. Well, our money is almost completely used up. We did spend a lot of money last month for vehicles and resource imports. So the 1,000,000 rubles we took out as a loan was immediately used up. We owe 5,000,000 rubles now. Out of the 19 million that we can take, we have to pay 4.7 thousand rubles every day. 140,000 per month in loan repayments. That's a lot. No more electricity imports. We're going to try our luck and exports again. And see if we have enough population here now. Since I prevent people from moving into this area with cars, I think the... Okay, now that this thing is supposed to do exports, the amount of workers is of course going to drop back to 0. Because the game hates me, but I thought now that I figured out to prevent people from moving here by car, that would help with just using the locally available workers for that task. Maybe I need another building. Get some more flats installed. That wouldn't really work because I don't think I have enough cars to move them all. I guess I would have to buy some more. I do have 2 free parking lots for that. We could raise the terrain a little bit and move those houses next to the lake. Guess we're gonna drop in one more residential building and see if that solves the issue. That means we also need to buy cars for 48 more people. Otherwise they're gonna get cranky when they can't go into town shopping for food. We'll stick with the S110R Coupe. We'll buy 20 of those and then see what happens. We still have some of the cars here that are unclaimed, so maybe it'll be enough. More workers. Once we have built all of this road, we can start upgrading this to a tram line. Missing resources oil. Yes, I never turned on the oil imports again, did I? So thank you for informing me. We are allowed to import oil again. Oil is cheap and is making us money, so we should be doing that. Did get the warning a little bit late, but we still have an internal storage inside the oil refinery. And I guess that's fine. Power plant, just do your damn thing, man. You have like 13 workers per shift available. Minus 3, minus another 6, so less than 10, but I want to see more workers inside here. Consistent amount of workers, please. I guess the time that they have to take to drive to town means that I have way less workers in the area than I think I have. So them having to go into town to do grocery shopping and all of that takes a lot more than the 16 hours of free time that they should have. Rover heat exchanger. Wait, what? Did something catch fire? No, it was just a power outage because the power plant is not having consistent amount of workers locally. I guess the commercial district also doesn't know about the workers inside the power plant or the heating plant because those are different areas. So we have a few more workers than I think we do. That's very high production. 14 megawatts. I guess 50% export might be a bit much. If we want to keep the pollution at reasonable levels. But on the other hand, it does make us money. There's a few people who can't get food, meat, and electronics, which is concerning. I don't know why that is. Why that is happening. Maybe they're waiting for something that they have a higher priority for, and therefore they miss out on the other stuff. Almost out of money again. This time it's not as critical because we're making our own electricity. I say, as the building becomes without power, because our power plant has run out of workers yet again. This area, man. Not that great. Oh, I guess the cars I bought did not drive here because I basically forbid them from going there. So guess we'll open up the parking lots for a short moment and let them drive in here. I thought player-ordered vehicles could just ignore traffic signs, but apparently that's not the case. Maybe I can do some tricky stuff with the bus platform to force workers to work in here. If I had another free bus platform, or bus stop rather, what I could do is the same thing I did on the other in Padonin, and tell them to walk back and forth between here and here, and then go to the power plant, top priority, accept workers here, and you also go to the power plant, top priority. No passengers, students or tourists on that one. So we will accept workers here, and they should go there after the other buildings are filled, before going to the power plant directly. And maybe that way we can ensure that there's always a full complement of workers there. And they never take a car to drive anywhere else to work. They wait on the buses platforms until they are needed. And I think the town agrees with that. That maybe that is a good idea to do so. So let's hope it works. There's probably a lot of cars heading here right now. I'll see how that develops. Maybe that's all that's needed. We don't need a full complement of workers, we just need a consistent amount of workers in the area. Maybe we can leave the road open now. We'll still build the additional residential building. We provided them some vehicles that they can use if they want to. Maybe it will balance itself out. Some of the wires have been built. We're still lacking the switch, but once that one is up we will have electricity in some of the buildings. Just need some asphalt here. I guess this... yeah, this should finish now. So, as soon as we get some workers delivered. Asphalt seems to be a problem down here. I only started one road construction in Rovoduma, so I don't know where all of the dump trucks are. But they are all busy, so... Lots of unfinished road projects being constructed, so I guess there's a cinema in there. I guess they're all doing their thing, so it's fine. As long as they're working. But yeah, I'm gonna take a break now. It's going to be it for now. We'll continue this at a later time. I don't know when. I'll probably get ready for my race that I have in 3-4 hours. And hope you have a good rest to your Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, wherever you are. Take care. Have a good rest to your weekend. Enjoy your time. As always, maybe I'll see you soon.